Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3. We are back once again with our weekly podcast, Tru Heel Heat 107. On this edition of Tru Heel Heat, we will be discussing all the latest news that kick off 2021, including the fallout from New Japan Pro Wrestling, WrestleKingdom 15, two-day event. We're also going to be talking about WWE Raw Legends Night with the return of Goldberg.
I was trying not to start so early, but yeah, I'm already got it.
Hey, there you go. Week 61 of the Wednesday Night Wars with NXT New Year's Evil and AEW New Year's Smash with a Bullet Club reunion at the end, and we're going to do preview and predictions for Impact Genesis this weekend, plus a little bit more. I am back once again with our resident Tru Heel alcoholic himself, Top Guy JJ.
Oh my God, yo, he's already starting with this Goldberg shit. So I gotta crack the drinks open before the fucking news even starts. Jesus Christ.
Of course, what would be a Tru Heel Heat without you doing that? And we are sad to not have with us the first lady of Tru Heel Heat, Miss Chrissy Love, the princess of all the Tru Heels. But we got two suitable replacements, two of our favorite guests from the past.
Nobody is suitable for Miss Chrissy Love. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it.
You literally can't even compliment our guests. Like, you're ridiculous.
Come on. They even know better. I love them. They cool.
Host. You're a horrible host. You don't even offer them a drink. You're a horrible host. Anyway,
we're virtually, motherfucker. I can't offer them shit.
They have virtual hugs. You can have virtual drinks. It's totally fine. First of all, we gotta introduce one of our personal favorites on Tru Heel Heat. He is an artist extraordinaire. I have coined him the nickname the True Draw. He was on the most viewed episode of Tru Heel Heat of 2020, the most viewed episode of Wednesday Night Warriors of 2020. He is the one, the only Tru Heel Josh. Welcome back to the show, good brother.
Thank you for having me. What's up, guys?
What's up?
You're
terrible with nicknames, but that's actually a really good one. Good work there, sir.
It's a double entendre because he's an artist. Get it? True.
Yeah, he's a true. Yeah, no, it's perfect. It's actually really good there.
So he is back once again, and we have another one of our personal favorite. He is the king of the dirt sheets. Move over, Dave Meltzer, Sean Ross Sapp. This man keeps us up to date on all the wrestling news, all the way out there in Texas. He is the host of Dirt Sheet Radio, the one, the only, John Escudero.
Hello. What up, everybody? What the fuck is up?
Wow, what the fuck is up? Yeah, what the fuck is up is right. So I got a question for you, man. Like, I got a question for you because I wasn't gonna ask you guys about this when I don't like internet asking shit. SP whatever. It's between you two actually. What is this shit that I see on almost all Tru Heel Heat posts, on wrestling posts? SP tags you in like 22,000 things, if you will. What the fuck is that?
What? I don't know. No, I know. It's literally nothing but a part. I don't even know what to call it. I've been kind of giving news to Tru Heel Heat when I can forever now, and when nobody else grabs onto it, I'll just take it right from the page and post it right onto the Tru Heel Heat page. It's just like it's just a simple question.
I just see this "if you will" shit everywhere, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? Like, I don't like what? Like, and there's never a response. There's never a reply. There's never a response. Oh, if you will, like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Isn't this like a question for me? Like what?
Like, I said it's for both of y'all because I don't know what the fuck I'm be watching. I just see him tagged in so many things. If you will.
Because he's an admin for Tru Heel Heat. He drops all his news on his source, which is Dirt Sheet Radio. So it's a simple question. It's in the words of the late great Dusty Will. If you will, and he understands that. He understands that's what I'm asking, is if you could post this news onto Tru Heel Heat. It's very simple. If you needed to know,
so it wasn't no trolling. I just thought you was trolling him like on shit. That's all because you're a troll and you get it from Josh. And I just wanted to know, like, fuck, curious minds need curious answers.
But to be fair, where the hell did you get the idea of "if you will" is a trolling tactic? That's where I'm trying to figure out.
I am a part of the True Heels. Everything is a fucking trolling job.
Oh man, maybe to you, good sir.
Yo, you know what? I'm just kind of feeling like Josh is becoming more of a face. He's becoming more of a face than I'm realizing. You kind of turning on. I think them black and white colors is starting to turn you into a little bit of a baby face there, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know because you're not very good at catching the trolling, so.
There we go. All right, there we go. He's coming back. The true jerk is coming back. There we go. That's all I wanted.
Well, first of all, gotta tell everyone watching, thanks for that longer than usual intro by Top Guy JJ. But this edition of Tru Heel Heat is brought to you by our good friends over at Wrestling Travel. You can also watch Tru Heel Heat on Powered 4 TV, one of the best streaming sites in the UK, available in the US as well. And you can listen to Tru Heel Heat on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, wherever you listen to your favorite audio podcast platforms. If you are watching on YouTube, give this video a thumbs up, share this video with all your wrestling fans and friends. There is the iCard down at the bottom. You can push that to subscribe and the bell below that to press all for all the great notifications for the content right here on Tru Heel Heat. And speaking of you, the subscribers, our supporters of Tru Heels and Tru Heel Heat, we start things off with our Tru Heel roll call. This is where we shout out everyone supporting us on social media right here on the YouTube channel, and we start off with our Tru Heel Trinity, our top 3 conversation starters from the Tru Heels group page. Coming in at number 3 is Amp McLennan Dominic. Coming in at number 2 is Charles Kirchhoff. And coming in at number 1 once again is the New Japan aficionado. He had a good week because it was a good week of New Japan, James Wims. So, and shout out, of course, to the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, our Jersey in the sky. A couple of Tru Heels we got to shout out. Stewie Palmer, my good brother over there on the Wrestling Travel podcast. Warren Mills, Rob Mack, Tony Martin, Carol Wands, Shea Silberstein, and Drugs Delaney. So shouts out to all of you Tru Heels who are supporting us on Facebook as well as Twitter. Our YouTube subscriber highlight, we got Kwame Shafir commenting on Tru Heel Heat 106. The fact that AEW decided to let Brody Jr. have the now retired TNT Championship design and signing him to a contract and will be a member of the roster when he gets older is definitely a very commendable special thing on their part. He's definitely Dominic Mysterio 2.0. And your favorite JJ, James Michael Campbell, JMC, commented on Tru Heel Heat 106. He says, I really enjoyed Bay Mella as a team this time. They were heels instead of faces, talking about them teaming up on SmackDown. Rated R for Wrestling commented on Richie's Raw recap saying that promo by Goldberg made no sense to me when has McIntyre as a babyface disrespected Legends. Orton was literally doing that an hour before, LOL. And then finally, the king of the comment section, Kayfabe Tactus, he commented on our New Japan Pro Wrestling WrestleKingdom 15-day one roundtable review. I had a blast watching night 1. My match of the night goes to Okada versus Osprey. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on night 2, which I think was the better show overall. About to hit the sack so I can wake up and watch New Year's Dash. Have a great night and enjoy. And that segues us perfectly to New Japan Pro Wrestling WrestleKingdom 15, days 1 and 2 on January 4th and 5th from the Tokyo Dome. First of all, guys, we gotta talk about the two main events. Kota Ibushi becomes a god by defeating Tetsuya Naito on day one to win the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships in an outstanding 31-minute match, and he followed that up with an even better performance in an amazing epic encounter against Switchblade Jay White in 48 minutes on day two, the new Tokyo Dome match time record. Let's start with you, John. What was your thoughts on Kota Ibushi's performance over the 2 days, and do you agree, is he a god now?
Greater than God. Kamigoye. Right? That's what it is, right? I thought it was amazing. Kota Ibushi's WrestleKingdom performance is never disappointing. Fucking night 2 was long as fuck. I was tired. It was the middle of the night. I had to watch it again, but I woke up for the finishing stretch and I was like, "Oh, this is crazy! I must have missed something amazing." As long as I was like, "Shit, this is bad for me."
I understand when a guy goes 80 minutes over 2 nights, it's going to be long for everyone, especially him, though. Josh, what was your thoughts on Obushi versus Naito? Did you think that it lived up to their high standard of matches? I know you were there, Madison Square Garden, for the G1 Supercard in 2019. Did it live up to that trilogy that they had that year?
Oh, absolutely. I was more glad that they didn't kill each other, because of that last, their last interaction, freaking Ibushi almost died like multiple times.
Yes.
No, but it definitely did. I think these guys work every time they work together is always a freaking classic. So I wasn't surprised by that. When it comes to that, I was just more glad nobody died.
This was more like a storytelling type of match more than their usual "we're gonna break each other's necks today" type of matches that they had in 2019. They did it in a nice way where it spread out and it was more about their story of trying to outdo each other more than trying to break each other's necks. JJ, I know you are a big Switchblade Jay White fan. I said this on our pay-per-view roundtable for day 2 that's up on the YouTube channel. This was one of the all-time great heel performance in the ring for a wrestler. What was your thoughts on Switchblade's performance on day 2?
Oh, hands down the best performance of his career. Like, this... Is it possible that you could have the top 2 wrestlers of the year in 7 days? Like, is it possible? Because Kota Ibushi, I don't know who is gonna get on a plateau like this already. I don't know who's gonna be able to do this. Like, my God, this was a masterful performance by Jay White. Like, he knows how restricted the fans are, and he irks them, and he teases them, and he taunts them, and you can't do shit. Because if you yell, you're getting thrown out the fucking building. And it just makes him even that much more of a genius / asshole heel. And just to match it with such amazing in-ring work and in-ring psychology, it's just, my God. Like, I was just watching this match and just like, wow, he's had some really strong performances in the ring before. But this just had, when you get everything and then some in a match, when you could deliver a freaking 5-star match and also have an asshole character involved, I was like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna see that's better than this. I don't even, like, I'm 7 days into the year already, and I already don't know what the hell I'm possibly gonna see. I felt so bad for watching wrestling any day after these 2 days.
Yes, we would get to what else we missed this week, and I would say, first of all, I think this was one of the greatest weeks ever when it comes to in-ring wrestling and the quality of matches that we saw across the 2-day Tokyo Dome shows, as well as on Wednesday night. Also on at WrestleKingdom 15, you had Okada defeating Will Osprey in a fantastic 35-minute match on day 1. Where would you consider this matchup in the lore of Okada's Tokyo Dome WrestleKingdom match matches, Josh? Do you think that it's on the level of his Omega match and Tanahashi match, or where do you see it placing in his illustrious Wrestle Kingdom history?
I would say probably under Omega, right under the Omega match. What made this match great was that if you really watch the match, Will Osprey, I thought what Will did very well was he still was himself with heel tactics that he didn't have to change himself to be a heel, and I feel like with the match, what made it great as well is that you see Will, he was pushing Okada's buttons to the point that Okada just started beating the shit out of him like the last few minutes of the match, and I think that's what made it great. It was more storytelling than like the actual ring work, which was still like freaking amazing, and even the counters were insane when it comes to that match.
Yeah, like that was just like it was. I had to keep quiet because I didn't want to wake up the twins, but I literally was like having to stop myself with some of those counters that they were doing, like Will fighting out of the wrist control, then running at Okada, getting caught with the drop kick. It was just ridiculous. Some of those reversal encounters they were pulling off there. John, what would you say was the better match from night one? Was it Obushi versus Naito or Okada versus Osprey?
I have to give it to Okada versus Osprey, and I thought Ibushi versus Naito was good. I was talking about yeah, Osprey versus Okada kind of blew it out the water. I thought. It's nothing. I didn't want to see Ibushi and Naito break each other's necks again, but I've already this was ranked up there with those. Personally, I was like, okay, this was fine. I'm glad that we all made it out of here alive. That's we weren't worried about what the main event, but the fucking ring work and the story in the Okada Osprey match.
Yeah, it was up there with any of the Okada matches. I say I kind of agree with Josh, is maybe slightly below the Omega match, but right up there with his Tanahashi and Naito matches from Wrestle Kingdoms of the past. We also saw at Wrestle Kingdom 15 an absolute CBE, as I've said it before, certified banger extreme, as Shingo Takagi defeated Jeff Cobb to successfully defend the Never Openweight Championship on day 2. Top Guy JJ, I know this is one that we talked about. You've been talking about Jeff Cobb a lot. Would you say that this is the best Jeff Cobb match you've ever seen?
Hard to say, and that's putting on the spot. But again, I'll have to say yes. Like, Wrestle Kingdom 15 was just fucking amazing. like, just put it out there. Like, this was so hard to just not, like, overreact to a lot of these matches. But these fucking performances were amazing. Like, I don't know how any of these dudes fought a couple of nights later. I don't know how. I don't know how, especially those two. Because, when you see, they're hitting each other and sweat is flying all match. Like, that's literally, that's a lot of meat being taught. Like, there's meat on meat. Like, it's like, damn. Like, come on. They are literally fighting each other with a few wrestling moves. And they tore the house down in their way. Like, it was such a different pace of performance, but damn, that shit was good. And yes, we've seen a lot of good Jeff Cobb matches, but to me, like, the back and forth and the suspense and the cliffhangers that I was getting out of it, yeah, I would have to say so, without even feeling like I'm overreacting.
No, I don't blame you at all. I think it's right up. I think this and the Ishii match from the G1 this year are definitely the best Jeff Cobb matches that I've ever seen. But this one just exceeded. It had lofty expectations, but exceeded all of that and then some. Hiromu Takahashi defeated El Phantasmo on the day one opener, and then he proceeded to defeat Taiji Ishimori to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title for the fourth time in an insane 25-minute battle on day two. Josh, what's your thoughts on Takahashi winning the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title back and his claim that he wants to main event the Tokyo Dome next year?
Shit, I feel like he should main event, and they're gonna do two as well, because he's been on a road ever since he's been back. Like it seems like it looks like he's never been hurt, especially the kind of he had. His matches have been like fucking insane. Like, and it's like he's still hard hitting, and I think even now he's even better after the injury than he was before.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more with you. I've seen too many great Hiromu matches ever since last year against Will Osprey, his match against El Phantasmo in the Best of the Super Juniors. But this one with Ishimori was right up there, just breakneck speed for 25 minutes. They kept that pace. It was ridiculous. The other notable note from the shows, Gorillas of Destiny defeated Dangerous Tekkers to win the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles for the record-breaking 7th time, and Tori Yano became the King of Pro Wrestling 2021 after being the King of Pro Wrestling 2020. Why are you shaking your head? Show some respect for Tori Yano, our great sublime.
Yo, show some respect to the business, man. Fucking take your shirt off, you jerk. Like, come on, man. This is the biggest show of the year, and you over here winning fucking trophies with your shirt on still.
He's smarter. He doesn't work hard. He works smart.
He definitely does not, because he was getting his ass beat all match, and then slips in and steals it from Fale. Damn. He's like what 1-8 now at Wrestle Kingdom. Like,
I don't remember.
Like I just remember I remember them talking about it, and they just shitted on his record. I was like, God damn, this is another L in the books to fucking Yano.
Damn, I mean, he made it into the Final Four in the New Japan Rambo without even making it into the ring. That is working smarter, not harder, and that is the story of Tori Yano.
Because it's fucking annoying, but you gotta love it, yo.
It's awesome. John, what would you say was the better day one or day two for Wrestle Kingdom 15?
Oh, it was day two, easy. It was easy. That was an easy choice. Yeah, it's just it was, I guess, a combination of the wrestlers from night one not having to take it easy because night two was here, and now I can take all the fucked up bumps I want to take, and just other fucking matchups that were better, that I thought were better than what we saw in night one.
I gotta agree with that. What would you say is because this is two different things. We've explained this before on Tru Heel Heat. What was your favorite match of the 2-night event, and what was the best match of the 2-day event?
I think my personal favorite match was Shingo versus Cobb. I just love to see that kind of wrestling. I struggle to even understand if this is my bias or if it's the truth. But I think Shingo and fucking Cobb I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Okada versus Osprey. And I enjoy Okada matches. I mean, and maybe it's because I've been watching New Japan for like Okada's reign. I started right after he became Okada, and I've just been watching all. So I've seen all the fucking Okada. I've seen every which way combination you can have an Okada match, and I was like, okay, that was great. They're all great, but this was fucking. I enjoyed Shingo Cobb a lot more than I did Okada Osprey. That's my reasoning, anyway.
I respect it. Josh, what about you? What was your favorite show between day one and day two, and then your best or favorite match of the 2-day event?
Best show was night two. Favorite match was the Okada Osprey match. The best match I would say is probably Jay White versus Ibushi. That's probably the best match from both shows.
And JJ, what about you?
Oh, wow. I mean, you got to give the edge tonight too. I mean, but I'm not downplaying night one at all. I'm not downplaying this show by giving night two the nod because this was just a phenomenal fucking 2 days of wrestling, just in general. Like this is gonna set the bar so high for me for just watching pay-per-views for the rest of the year. Like this is just ridiculous how good this show was. But favorite match to me, and I don't know, I just couldn't take my eyes off the screen watching this. The Ibushi and Naito match. Like I just could not. This match was fucking. That shit had me hooked, like from start to finish, as well as the Okada and Osprey match. But then also the fucking it's too many to choose from. Really, it's really too many to choose from. But I would have to say the best match definitely was Jay White and Ibushi. Like that to me, just you get the whole package and everything you want in a wrestling match.
I gotta agree with JJ and Josh. The best match of the weekend was Jay White versus Kota Ibushi. It was just, I think Stat King said it best on our roundtable, the quintessential babyface versus the quintessential heel. It's all the history they had in between each other, their individual stories, all coming into one. So you had years of build-up, and that's what the Tokyo Dome main events are known for. Just years of build-up and narrative coming into fruition in one epic match. And it was epic because 48 minutes, and it never felt that long. It just kept building and building, and it really became great like 25-30 minutes into the match, and then the whole rest of the match you're just amazed. And Jay White, I've said it on a couple of different occasions, a couple of different podcasts this week, the two best heels I've ever seen: Triple H in 2000, Ric Flair in 1989. And now I could say Jay White in 2021 was right up there with those two men. Just an all-time great performance by him, and I just have to give him so much credit for what he did. So that was the best match. My favorite actually was Hiromu versus Taiji Ishimori, because those guys, 25 minutes going at the speed that they went, and I had to do the results for Sportskeeda. I've never had such a hard time keeping up with moves like I did with this matchup, because there was a lot of moves going on, and I had to do notes, and that was very difficult. So I respect them, and I feel like that was the match that was hurt the most by the restrictions of the crowd, because if they had a hot crowd, that would have been 5 stars to me. Yeah.
Two things. One, I'm done with this 2-night WrestleKingdom shit. I'm fucking entirely done. I'm just fucking. I am over it, all the way over it.
Why?
First of all, it's personally for me. I'm in America. I get 2 nights in a row of this shit.
What the fuck? We just praised about 2 great nights of wrestling.
This show happened by the skin of its teeth. We almost didn't even have WrestleKingdom this year. Like the fucking 2-day shit was like this year. It was so close to not happening. And I'm like, maybe we should pull back from this shit all the way. Like, because it was only supposed to happen last year because it was a festival that WrestleKingdom ended at the end of, where everybody just happened to have off. So it was like, yeah, this is a great idea. All these people are going to be off of work and school. We're going to make all this money. And then they did it again this year, and we have fucking COVID. So, like, if there's no reason for it, I'm over this 2-day shit entirely. And the second thing is that Jay White promo after night 2. Holy shit!
I was gonna get to that.
I knew Jay White was good, right? But fuck, I didn't know he had that in him. I haven't seen something like that in a long time from anybody. Anybody.
Absolutely. I was definitely going to get to that before we talk about New Year's Dash. Since John brought it up, we got to talk about the post-match interview with Switchblade Jay White. I have never seen a professional wrestler go through so many different emotions in one interview. He starts off the interview despondent. He's like so drained by the 48-minute matchup. Then he starts laughing like, oh, you guys got what you wanted. I failed. I didn't get my destino the last 2 nights. Then he's just depressed. He just comes off like a complete entitled prick the entire time. He never says congratulations to Kota Ibushi. He says, "Oh, I was told I had to work hard, and I would get what I wanted, but I didn't. I haven't seen my family in 4 years. I've been wrestling for 8 years." He goes on the floor. He lays on the floor. He's still cutting the promo. The end of the promo where he tells the media, "Will you fucking help me?" It's just so amazing. It was Shakespearean like work. I totally agree with you, John. Josh, what was your thoughts on this post-match interview?
Pretty much the same thing Jonathan felt. Like, I had no idea he had it in him. Like, I feel like he's gotten better with his talking since last year. Like, he slowly has gotten better. But this is by far his best promo. Like, I don't think he's ever going to match that.
Absolutely. He did also note that after New Year's Dash, that was it. He and this was the thing that you love wrestling fans, because if you don't watch New Japan, you don't get this, and they just immediately jump from point A to point B. Oh, he's leaving New Japan. Oh, he's going to WWE. Oh, he might take a stop in AEW. No, you had to listen to the promo, and he literally said, "I'm done with wrestling. I'm done with the whole business. I'm over this shit. I didn't realize my goal 2 years in a row. I'm done with this shit. I've been wrestling for 8 years. I'm 28 years old." He's like Michael Jordan. And I think Kevin Kelly made the comparison. Michael Jordan retired early. It's okay. He came back and he won 3 rings. So JJ, what was your thoughts on this Jay White promo and the potential of him being done or taking a break from New Japan?
Have you ever seen somebody and literally just said, "Do whatever," and like after you're done watching it, you literally just look at that company and say, "Yo, do whatever it takes to keep that man. Do whatever," because there's going to be companies out there that throws the fucking money river at him. He, at 28 years old, is the best heel, arguably, in the entire business. That is draw all over it. He is literally a untapped wrestling genius. Like, this is probably so many other things that is in that man's head that we haven't even been exposed to yet. And then you just get a breaking. He just broke. Like, he just broke. But like, he was so full of himself. He was so confident that he was taking this title, including me, that he was taking this title from Ibushi after the beating he was going to receive from Naito. And even a beaten Ibushi, even after 48 minutes, still left you discombobulated, still left you laid out, and a loser. Cause for explosion. And it's still not his fault.
Yes, he blamed everybody but himself.
Still not his fault. You gotta fucking love it. You gotta love the lack of accountability.
That's just a perfect heel. Just one of the greatest promos I've ever witnessed. After one of the greatest matches I've ever witnessed. New Japan Pro Wrestling followed up with New Year's Dash. You had Los Ingonables de Japón defeating Team Golden Aces to set up Ibushi versus Sanada for the IWGP Dual Gold. You're gonna see Sho versus Hiromu Takahashi for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, and Hiroshi Tanahashi going one-on-one with Shingo Takagi for the Never Openweight Championship. And those are 3 barn burners that we are surely going to see probably at New Beginning if this whole state of emergency in Japan does not go through. The Empire defeated Yota Tsuji and Tenkozy, and then the Empire laid out Tenzan to get him stretchered out of the arena. And we also saw Chaos defeat Bullet Club with Ishii pinning Jay White in what may very well be his final New Japan match for now, after that Shakespearean post WrestleKingdom 15 interview.
Bullet Club had a rough week.
Hey, Gorillas won their titles
rough
back.
Week, yeah. But besides that, they had a rough week, yo.
Yes, it was not the best week for the Bullet Club until Wednesday. But we will get to that.
What's up with the Empire? Why'd they rename themselves for no reason?
Yes, they're going to be known as the United Empire now.
It was the promo. I thought, I get what they were going for, but the promo was kind of stupid because he's like, "Oh well, we lost, but we're united now." And I was like, "But you weren't having problems before." I don't get it. But
I was kind of confused, but it's all about getting your heat back, so I understand. And I think there's big stuff. I think there's big stuff in store for the Empire after Jeff Cobb had one of his best matches ever, and so did Will Osprey. And Great-O-Khan, for what it's worth, wasn't as bad as I thought he would be. And maybe that's because he was in the ring with Tanahashi, to be fair.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That is a whole fact, and I'm so glad that Tanahashi beat that fucking thing, whatever you call him.
Yeah, hey, he's the Great-O-Khan with that awful entrance attire with the question mark. He just needs to change that so bad. But let's move on, guys.
Yes, please.
To after Wrestle Kingdom, 2 incredible shows in the Tokyo Dome. It's like wrestling peaked, right? Nope, not if you watch the Wednesday Night Wars. Week 61 of the Wednesday Night Wars this week with WWE NXT and AEW Dynamite. This right here is where we're going to give you the ratings, because it wasn't available for me to say on this show. So you're going to have our special editor put it across the screen right now. But we had 2 huge shows with AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash and WWE NXT with New Year's Evil. On New Year's Evil, Finn Balor defeated Kyle O'Reilly in a brutal barn burner main event to successfully defend the NXT Championship. You also had Raquel Gonzalez defeat Rhea Ripley in a physically intense last woman standing matchup. You had Karrion Kross defeat Damian Priest in the opener, and you had Santos Escobar beat Gran Metalik to successfully defend the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Over on AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash Night 1, you had Kenny Omega defeat Rey Fenix in a state of the art, out of this world, tremendous encounter to successfully defend the AEW World Title. I would put this match on any of the great matches that we talked about from Wrestle Kingdom, and I love the fact that we went around and everybody had a different match to say from Wrestle Kingdom, but I think we can all agree Omega versus Fenix was right up there with all those Wrestle Kingdom matches. But after an amazing main event, that's not what everybody's going to be talking about, because after the match, Omega looked like he was going to attack Rey Fenix, but then Jon Moxley came down and attacked Kenny Omega with a barbed wire bat, leading to the Impact. Let me repeat that. The Impact. One more time. The Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, made their AEW debut, beating down Jon Moxley as well as a couple of more AEW jobbers. Then the Young Bucks came down and they looked like they were trying to talk Omega down from continuing the attack, but then they joined Omega in attacking the jobbers who tried to attack Omega, and they joined Omega, Gallows, and Anderson in doing, as they said, the hand signal, the Too Sweet, the signature Too Sweet to end the show. Yes, the Bullet Club has reunited in AEW, or as Don Callis coined them, the Super Elite. We also saw Wardlow beat Jake Hager in a very good hoss fight. We had Bucks and SCU beat TH2 and Acclaimed in a fun 8-man tag opener, with SCU talking about splitting if they lose another tag team contest. Shida defeated Abaddon to successfully defend the AEW Women's Championship, and Cody defeated Matt Sydal. And then Snoop Dogg hit quite possibly the worst splash in the history of professional wrestling. So what was your guys' thoughts on AEW Dynamite with New Year's Smash and NXT with New Year's Evil, and what was the better show for the week? Let us start with you, Top Guy JJ.
Damn, and you know what's funny is that NXT actually was pretty good. Like, I can't, like, NXT, if it was based strictly on the wrestling aspect of it, I would have felt NXT actually had better matches. Like, NXT was actually really good. Like, NXT was good. But damn, NXT was good on the wrong fucking night. Like, they was good on the wrong night. There's no way. There's no way they outshine AEW on this night. Like that. What happened was just too It was too big. It was too big. It is something too many people wanted. It is something that too many people has been dying to see for too long. And this was after the match of the night. Like, this was after the match of the night on both shows.
Yeah.
Like, you can't end, like, I rate these shows basically on what you remember at the end, or what you walk away from. To, like, I'm almost not even gonna remember how the Finn Balor Kyle match finished. All I'm gonna remember is how insane that Kenny and Fenix match was. How literally Fenix on the offensive end almost killed himself how many times?
Few times.
Like, literally almost missed him on the suicide flip. Like, literally almost completely missed him and flew over the guardrail almost. Like, and that wasn't even the highlight of the night. Like, there's no way. There's no way. And this is AEW, and my God, and it's not even fair to NXT. I'm so sorry, NXT, because y'all was good. Y'all was good this week. But damn, on the wrong week. On the wrong fucking week.
Sad to say. John, what was the better show for you, and what stood out the most on both shows?
Well, and the Dynamite was obviously, I don't want to say obviously, because people have different tastes, but it was a better show, man. It really was. What stuck with me about the ending was like how much content they packed into that little 15 minutes after the match. That was like 3 fucking segments. And there were 3 different times that show could have ended. It could have ended when Moxley came out.
Yo, that's multiple weeks.
When the Good Brothers came out. And then it ended when the Bucks. That's like 3 weeks worth of content.
Multiple weeks.
And I had been complaining. I was like, why haven't the fucking Good Brothers been on Dynamite yet? Like, they've been with Kenny for 2 weeks now. And fuck, that was amazing. I loved it. I thought that was like a fucking great wrestling segment. Like, had WWE done that would have been fucking great. But it was just great. It was amazing. Yeah, Dynamite won the night. Easy with the match. The fucking Kenny versus Fenix match could have been the end of the night too. It was just that good.
Yeah.
It was a good fucking great episode of Dynamite. There was other good stuff, but that last half hour was like superb.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I said it on Twitter. The best 30 minutes of Dynamite they've ever produced. It was that final 30 minutes of the show.
It's not fair.
Josh, what was your better show for the week, and what stood out the most?
Dynamite was the better show. Like you said, the last 30 minutes stood out the most. I mean, you can't top that. I mean, NXT, like you said, NXT wasn't a bad show. It's just you can't compete with that. You can't compete with what Dynamite did. They like what JJ said. They came on the wrong night with that, and also even like on NXT, like, you know, matches that I thought would be better weren't that great. Like the Cruiserweight title match, I thought would be like great, and it wasn't for me. Like, it was decent. Karrion Kross looked terrible, and that's saying a lot because I'm a big Kross fan.
Thank you. Oh my yo. I've been saying this for over a month.
He looked, it was rough. That's all I'm gonna say to that.
Yo, all I thought about was how good Damian Priest looked.
He did. It just looked like Kross was not all the way healthy to me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what it looked like. What it looked like to me.
He was like this before the injury.
No, he actually looked like he was in the best shape of his career. Have you seen him since before?
Physically, you're right. You're right. He's still working, but in the ring?
Well, he hasn't been given too many opportunities to have really good matches, to be fair. Like, he squashed Tommaso Ciampa, he squashed Dijakovic, he pretty much squashed Keith Lee, so he hasn't been given him.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't, other than like the one time I enjoyed him at Bloodsport, I can't really name a Karrion Kross match that I would be like, yo, go watch that Killer Kross versus I don't have anything.
He's a
glad I'm not alone
WWE
here.
guy. He's a
I'm just glad I'm not
WWE
alone
guy.
here. I have not.
I hope he does.
Best
get
thing
it out.
about the man is his entrance.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about. It's about his presence and his character more than it is the great matches. To be fair, and he's in the wrong brand for that because NXT is about work.
He needs to be on Raw or some shit. Like he's definitely not. He's definitely not NXT.
So I will say, I will make it unanimous. Dynamite was the better show for this week. Outside of the 30 minutes, which you guys have all talked about, the Wardlow Hager match just surprised the hell out of me. Like that was two big boys who went at it, and Wardlow is not the most experienced. That was probably Jake Hager's best singles match that I've seen him in since being on AEW, but Wardlow getting the win just made a whole lot of sense. The tag team opener was a lot of fun, and I think it did a good job of setting up the potential SCU versus Young Bucks matchup with SCU's tag team lineage on the line. That would be a really good matchup for them to do at like Breach Break or Revolution. But like you guys said, we're all going to remember that final 30 minutes. Fenix and Kenny Omega is in the top 3 to 4 matches I've ever seen on Dynamite. I've said it before. Pac and Omega was the best. The Iron Man match, the parking lot brawl between Proud and Powerful and Best Friends, Cody versus Brody dog collar match, and now Fenix and Kenny Omega. And I will say, probably Fenix and Kenny Omega was the best in-ring work out of all of those matches because they were just blowing my mind. The one moment where I was just like, okay, this is just out of this world was when Fenix absorbed the V trigger, kicked up, and then gave him a super kick right to the face. I was like, okay, this is just on another planet right now. The moonsault German suplex, the springboard double stomp to Omega's back. It was just too many highlight reel stuff, and Rey Fenix proved why he's a main eventer in this matchup. But like you guys all said, we're all going to be talking about the Bullet Club reunion, the Super Elite. Where do you think this goes next with Gallows, Anderson, Omega, and the Young Bucks being together? Are we going to see maybe the Young Bucks at Hard to Kill next week? Are we going to see maybe this build up with them together and maybe another potential team versus them in the Blood and Guts match, which we never got? Or do you see it maybe with the Young Bucks kind of being hesitant to do the Too Sweet? Are they going to turn on the Young Bucks? There's so many things that they left open here with this ending. What's your thoughts, John?
I think Blood and Guts is definitely the end game here. Like that's for sure. That's 100%. I definitely see that. I'm just wondering who. So is it going to be like it's got to be like another combination of Impact and AEW baby faces. You figure led by John Moxley. Some people were thinking like Cody, but I don't want Cody anyway.
No,
I really don't. Keep doing celebrity shit.
But also, like Cody, it wouldn't really make any sense because he's been like doing like his own stuff. Like, when it comes to the show, he hasn't interacted with none of them, so it really wouldn't make any real sense. At least right now, it wouldn't.
I think the thing is, like, Cody comes off like Triple H to a lot of people, and putting yourself in this storyline that's really hot is a very Triple H thing. Like this is really hot. I'm trying to get involved in this now. I hope that's not the case. I really don't think he'll do that though. Like I don't think it'll happen. But I can see why people are scared of it. But yeah, I'm hoping it's a combination of like Impact, AEW baby faces like Moxley and Callahan maybe turn face or whatever the fuck, shit like that.
I like that. I like Callahan maybe being teaming up with his old partner, maybe the Motor City Machine Guns in there. But I think this is the heel force that eventually Hangman Page is gonna have to come in and be the savior of this whole thing, be the Sting to this NWO in AEW. I think I like the potential of that. JJ, what's your thoughts on the Bullet Club reunion and where do you think they go next?
Oh man, this to me literally has Good Brothers and Young Bucks at Double or Nothing written all over it. Like it literally just has attitudes upon attitudes, and the Good Brothers ain't gonna be able to deal with this goody bullshit. And it's like, yo, are y'all either in or y'all out? Like, make up your damn minds. Like, yo, are you too sweet or you not? and this Nick Jackson with his emotional ass, and Matt gonna get even more emotional, and they just gonna be over it. And then I just see them just beating the Young Bucks' ass and just being like, "Yo, y'all out." Like, you know what? We want y'all at y'all show. We want to take y'all out at y'all own show. And that's just, I just feel it. I just feel double or nothing written all over this with the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks. Like I said, I just literally hope that they don't just clusterfuck this with too many people, because I do feel like Cody is in a place where he's kind of distracted in a storyline, so I'm not really that worried about him. I feel like he's going to find his place elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, Hangman would be a great insertion to this. The Draw would be a great insertion to this. Like, there would be people that's like good one-offs, but I feel like this story is going to mainly be about the divided attention and the divided intentions between the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks.
I could see that as well.
But then also, once to that, they could even use like a real life kind of feel to it, because remember when their contracts were coming up, the Good Brothers, they gave their word to the Young Bucks that they were going to AEW, and they decided to resign with WWE because they offered them more money. So it
Jericho mentioned that on commentary.
Yeah, Jericho. Yep.
Yeah. So like, I like the stars of this whole thing. I hope would be the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks. Because the young Bucks needs another team that is gonna light that fire, because they've gone through FTR already. Like, this would make such amazing television with these two.
I totally agree with everything you guys are saying. There's a lot of potential with where this is going, but definitely AEW got the win this week. Next week, we got night 2 of New Year's Smash. You're going to see AEW TNT champion Darby Allin going one-on-one with Brian Cage, NWA Women's Champion Serena Deeb defending against Tay Conte, Pac versus Eddie Kingston in a highly anticipated grudge match, Miro versus Chucky T. If Chucky T loses, he has to become Miro's young boy. You're going to see Jurassic Express going up against FTR, the reunion of the Elite, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega in 6-man tag team action, the debut of the Waiting Room on Dynamite with special guest Cody, and the Inner Circle's New Year's resolutions. And over on NXT, they're going to have the start of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. They also announced the introduction of the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So a lot of good things happening on Wednesday night. And like I said, between Wednesday night and the 2-night Wrestle Kingdom, one of the greatest in-ring wrestling weeks that I've ever seen in my life. And this is including G1 Climax. This was just great.
Monday Night Raw wasn't a part of that?
On the other end of the spectrum, you have Monday Night Raw. What does belong in the category for great stuff that we saw in the ring this week was the main event with Drew McIntyre defeating Keith Lee to successfully defend the WWE Championship. But then we saw the return of Goldberg to confront McIntyre with one of the most confusing promos that I've ever heard in my life, where Drew not respecting legends before challenging him for the Royal Rumble. You also saw Randy Orton defeat Jeff Hardy and humiliate legends the whole night, which would have made more sense for Goldberg to cut that promo on Randy Orton, but less said about that, the better. And as he declared for the Royal Rumble match himself, Randy Orton, he also said that he decided to have compassion for Alexa Bliss and didn't set her on fire. Ric Flair cost Charlotte Flair because he was horny and flirting with Lacey Evans in Charlotte's tag team matchup with Asuka against Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans. What was your guys' thoughts on Goldberg's return on Monday Night Raw, and who do you see winning, Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble? Let's start with you, John.
Oh boy. I mean, what else can I say, man? When they announced Legends Night, I really thought, like, this is the same. This is exactly the same. There's no way. It was so the same thing that they always do that I thought it couldn't possibly be the same shit that they've done all these years as a panic button, thinking that it's gonna work. And it was. We brought back an old legend to put him in a fucking main event slot and to pop a rating for no reason. We're gonna drop the rating even lower after he's gone next time. It's like it's a merry-go-round of the mistakes with this place already. I hate to go from praising AEW so hard to shitting on WWE because that's exactly what people gives them fuel to be like, well, you're just biased. But there's no fucking bias here. It's just like an observation. Like this is shit that happens all the time. It's fucking. I can't even get disappointed about it anymore. It's more funny. I laughed when Goldberg fucking music hit. I laughed. Even without all the promo problems that they had, I guess the time issues or whatever the fuck it was, I was already laughing. Like it was already done since the second his music hit. So I wasn't gonna take that shit seriously anyway. It's just that's what it is with that. But
I can't disagree with anything you just said.
they ended their entire episode of Raw 2 weeks ago on that big ass cliffhanger. We were like, was he gonna melt this bitch or what? And did you see how they handled that? What
they didn't handle it.
What the fuck? I can rant about Raw all day. I wanted to give somebody else a chance.
I think we all could, and I think Top Guy JJ is still percolating his thoughts because he's about to explode. So let's go to Josh real quick. What was your thoughts on Goldberg's return, and who do you see winning between Goldberg and Drew at the Royal Rumble?
I mean, it's like at this point, I just went. What do you want me to say? You know, I mean, when it comes to that, you know, I'm not surprised that he showed up. To be honest with you, because you know it's already reported that he's obligated to do like 2-3 matches, like the next 2 years or something. So that I'm not surprised about. But I already know that it's Goldberg's way of politicking his way in to getting the title because he has this fake image of being some kind of superhero for kids who didn't even watch him, and he wrestled because they were even alive. So like that whole shit, like when he comes up with that shit, to me it's just garbage at this point because it's like, dude, stop fucking calling yourself a superhero. Like, you know, nobody fucking besides us, people our age, nobody watched him growing up. And in regards to like the promo itself, like it just made no sense because Orton was shitting on Legends the whole night. Yet you're saying that Drew, who backed up the Legends months ago against Orton, saying he doesn't respect Legends, and then that's how you end your show. And in regards to the title match, I mean, Goldberg is gonna win. Like,
thank you.
When has Goldberg has ever been known to put over anybody either younger, current, like when was the last time he's fucking done it? Because I don't count Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman was just a fall guy because freaking Roman Reigns went home because of the virus, which is understandable by the way. So he was the next guy, just he was in line. And Goldberg had no matches left in his contract. So I don't even consider that as him putting over anybody. So when it comes to that, of course Goldberg's going to win. It's just a matter of how long the match is going to be.
Pretty much that's the only question we have now. And finally, Top Guy JJ, I know you probably have a lot to say. What was your thoughts on Goldberg's return?
Have you ever realized how much you can't stand somebody until you actually see them? The second I heard that fucking music, I was like, I hate this motherfucker. Like, I hate this motherfucker. And then he has the gall to open his mouth. He opens his mouth. Like, what are you talking about? Did we literally just not watch Drew McIntyre and the Super Friends of Legends work as a team to kill the super bad guy in Randy Orton? Did we not see him in the same night that we're talking about him being so disrespectful cut a promo with the motherfucker that we can't stand right now in Hulk Hogan? Did all of this just not happen in the same night? And then oh my god, I hate him. I hate this guy. Like, I hate this guy. It comes out, literally completely forgets that this ever happened, completely forgets that anything has ever... Clearly, he doesn't watch the fucking program. He doesn't watch anything. He came out with this handwritten promo that was given to him by whoever the fuck doesn't watch Monday Night Raw, because clearly Drew McIntyre has been the babyface of all babyfaces all fucking year. Like, God. And then he comes out and says, oh, I'm not coming out here demanding, but I am challenging you. Like, really? Like,
that's
really?
demanding.
And then it's like, yo, no, I'm not picking Goldberg to win shit. Fuck him. I'm not picking him to win shit, even though I know in my fucking heart that he's gonna fucking win, or in my mind that he's gonna win, but I'm going with my fucking heart and praying that they do something different. And Drew clocks his fucking head so hard that he literally cannot wrestle anymore, but he is healthy enough to stay with his family and be like, I'm done with wrestling. He needs to get popped so hard with a claymore that he doesn't pull this shit anymore. Like this is no, like, yo, because you know what? Because again, it just adds more ammunition to literally completely forgetting that Keith Lee had a great match.
Yep.
Like it just literally obliterates that. Like it's just like, yo, do you just not you literally say, hey, do you not give a fuck about this business? Do you not give a fuck about the people that's coming up? And then I hate this man. Like, I can't stand this man because no one that you are fighting for fucking knows who you are. They don't know you. Like, your last good match was in 1990, never. Because you never had a good match.
The Brock match was really good. We were there live.
That shit was fun. It wasn't good. It was fun.
Fun, good, something different.
Yeah, there's a big fucking difference. The shit was fun.
I think there is a difference because I was gonna say I haven't seen a good Goldberg match since the one with DDP.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big difference between fun and good. That shit was fun. That shit damn sure wasn't good. But I will digress, and before I will fucking rip this shit until this fucking podcast ends. So I'm just gonna pray that McIntyre breaks this cycle, because he ruined Kevin Owens' entire championship career, and I'm just hoping Drew McIntyre doesn't fall under the same thing. He literally killed the Fiend's life.
Yeah, he did.
And I just hope Drew doesn't fall in line, because this is just fuck.
Kevin Owens, before we get away from this, like, did you see how he kind of put the kibosh on Damian Priest's SmackDown storyline?
Yeah, we were gonna get to that with the news. I think the final thing that we missed was MLW Kings of Coliseum. Leo Rush defeating Myron Reed to become the MLW middleweight champion, ending Myron Reed's over a year reign. You had the Von Erichs defeat Dirty Blondes to successfully defend the MLW tag team titles, and Max Kruger and Alexander Hammerstone went to a no contest in the main event. But yes, John, we got to talk about WWE news, and that brings us to the botched or scrapped NXT talent call-up. WrestleVotes reported this week that NXT talent was supposed to debut on the New Year's Day SmackDown in the Reigns, Uso, and KO main event angle. Fightful Select then confirmed that talent would have been Damian Priest. PW Insider then reported that apparently the decision to scrap this plan came from both Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. First, Owens saying that it didn't make any sense that Damian Priest was going to debut on the main roster as his best friend. He was like, how are we friends? How did he become my best friend? How does this make any sense? Sami Zayn's my best friend. And Roman agreed, so they decided to scrap that plan. And they also reported that Priest and Rhea Ripley are main roster bound following New Year's Evil. So yeah, John, what was your thoughts on Owens scrapping the Priest call-up?
That was smart. That was so smart. I'm glad that Roman Reigns' story, whoever's writing that shit right now, whoever's doing it, has so much influence, because that would have been so stupid. And that's such a WWE thing. Like, I had no problem believing that. Like, none.
He do it to themselves, man. He do this shit to themselves.
Sami Zayn is literally on the same show every single week. He's always on about this fucking injustice and shit. He could he could have just seen his friend get fucking screwed over and jumped in if he wanted. Like, it's 2 seconds. It's whatever, man. I don't
Yo,
people anymore. Man. What's the point?
them not making sense, it just never seems to cease to amaze any of us, it seems like. And they literally did like the whole segment when Daniel Bryan returned, that him and Daniel Bryan were friends, and Daniel Bryan has been attacked by Jey Uso, so it only made, why don't you just put Daniel Bryan with them? Like, there's so many other options for them to go to. I'll ask you, Josh, what's your thoughts on the potential of Rhea Ripley on the main roster?
That's a serious question.
Yeah, that's a serious question.
you got to answer it, sir.
To be honest, I don't expect much. Like, that's the best answer I could give, because we see how these NXT call-ups end up. I mean, deep down, I hope it doesn't happen, because she's, I think she's way too talented to end up like that. But we've seen this road before. We've seen how it goes, and once Vince doesn't like you, you're done. So it's like, I don't know, like.
like Sammy Callahan says, thumbs up, thumbs down. Absolutely. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio reports that the plans for Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre were not confirmed until over the weekend on Saturday, January 2nd, with Meltzer speculating that Vince McMahon felt that no one else was ready on the Raw roster to face Drew McIntyre at the show. Fightful Select reports that the segment with Goldberg and Drew did not go off as planned, with the show running out of time. McIntyre was going to say things that would have helped Goldberg's promo make sense, but they thought he would ad-lib that, since they didn't have the opportunity to do that. But Goldberg didn't ad-lib. He just said the promo as is. Oh well.
No one was ready to fight McIntyre. Has he not been watching his own fucking program?
I was gonna say, this supposed veteran, this supposed Goldberg that he's supposed to look up to, guy wasn't even ready to ad-lib or skip a line.
Yeah, he's not. They're not ready because they waste their fucking main events on Monday Night Raw.
Well, my thing is, like, all these wrestlers who are supposedly not ready, and this old motherfucker is not even vetted enough to not say something that doesn't make sense. So who's not ready here? Is it the old timer that you brought in, or what? And what are you saying wrestlers when you do that?
To be fair, it looked like he headbutt the locker room to get ready for this promo. It seemed like so.
And then his match is going to be so short, it's going to make all the other people work that much longer. So you're making them work harder when he doesn't even got to fucking work all of 3-4 minutes.
He works smarter, not harder. PW Insider reports that changes were made to Raw, with Hulk Hogan originally supposed to do an in-ring promo that was changed to the strange iPhone segment that they had at the start of the show. Also, Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy was originally supposed to be the main event before a decision was made to end things with Goldberg and Drew. It was also noted that Hogan and Flair were a part of the production meetings for the show, and they also reported that the show was supposed to end with Drew headbutting Goldberg back, but the show went off air after Goldberg's push. So, hey, you gotta make stuff happen. Inside the ropes, Gary Cassidy, one of our old guests over here on Tru Heel Heat, reports that Mickie James is still on the Raw active roster, despite reports that she was off due to being a part of Legends Night. Wrestling Inc. reports that Carlito was never supposed to be a part of the Legends Night, despite being promoted. Someone sent him a feeler to see if he was interested, and then they advertised him without confirmation. So this is another case of the left hand not knowing what the right hand is doing in WWE. Paige has apparently broken the third-party ruling of WWE by continuing her Twitch stream while still under contract. She even appeared with Selena Vega, and it was also reported by Fightful Select that Vega was never granted an exit interview with Vince after her release. Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that the current plans for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 37 have him facing Daniel Bryan at the show. Josh, do you like the plan for Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 37?
Yeah, to be honest with you, like, originally they were trying to push for Goldberg and Reigns. I mean, that's an instant upgrade. for Bryan and Reigns, and honestly, it makes a lot more sense because of how both of their careers have gone. When Daniel Bryan was such a freaking top babyface, the whole the freaking whole fan base was behind him. When it comes to Reigns getting his push, nobody was behind him when he was in that same position. So, I mean, when it comes to that, I mean, not even the match itself, but like, the storytelling itself could even, could elevate that.
Yeah, I think they need to bring that real life situation into the story and make it a lot more, get us a lot more invested into the matchup. WWE removed the fight pit match between Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher from the card for NXT New Year's Evil, with the storyline reason being Thatcher was injured while training. Sportskeeda Wrestling originally reported that there are plans to start NXT India this year, with tapings to take place in Orlando at the PC. They have also reported that Jeff Jarrett will be involved behind the scenes with the expansion and is currently looking for an Indian-born star to build the brand around. And New Year's Day SmackDown did 1.915 million viewers, while Raw was up in viewership to their highest since August with Legends Night to 2.13 million viewers, the number one show on cable. Top Guy JJ, are you happy that Raw's ratings was up with Legends Night and the return of Bill Goldberg?
Yo, so every time they get desperate in their ratings tank, let's just call everybody back and give every wrestler off, essentially. Let's give all the talent off and bring these old fucks on, bring these people that can't get the work done in the ring. And yeah, so let's just, come up with a scriptless show, because obviously we don't have to think of shit when we bring the legends on. We just put them on a camera and they shoot the shit for 2 minutes, and then we go to commercial. Then we have a 2-minute match, then we go back to the legends. Then we have a 3-minute match, and then go to the legends. Easy fucking formula. A lot of money being wasted to go up a couple 100,000 viewers.
Pay a couple of people to be on screen for 2 minutes. It works out for WWE, as we saw with the ratings.
Fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit.
AEW news. AEW debuted the new TNT Championship with black leather last night during the weigh-in between Darby Allin and Brian Cage. And also, Amanda Hubert, the wife of the late John Hubert, a.k.a. Brody Lee, confirms that Brody Lee Jr.'s AEW contract will be active after his 18th birthday, after so many fans speculated that the contract was used to keep her quiet about the real reason why Brody Lee passed away. John, what do you think about the toxic environment that has been around Amanda Hubert since the passing of Brody Lee?
I think a lot of people like to act surprised about it, but I don't know. It's not surprising. It's wrestling. This is wrestling fans. I'm not saying that because it should be that way or just accept it, but like, that's just, I'm not surprised about it at all. Like, this is wrestling. I think at this point, it comes down to people, like normal people, just ignore the fucking craziness. Like, at this point, just don't give that shit a spotlight anymore. Like, besides that one journalist fuckhead who obviously needed to be responded to, I really don't think they should be addressed at all anymore. None of that wrestling fan negativity shit, because they're just fans. Like, if you get caught up in these little comments, of course it's gonna affect you. They just fucking read this. I was gonna use the R word. They're fucking stupid. They're stupid. It's stupidity. Just, I think you're wasting energy addressing it. That's all.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and it's a shame that she has to deal with that. New Japan news. Dave Meltzer reports that New Japan Pro Wrestling is close to signing a television contract with a US and UK network. Jon Moxley made his return to New Japan Pro Wrestling in a promo from New Japan's US Arena on WrestleKingdom 15 Day 1, which will lead to an IWGP US Heavyweight title match against Kenta. New Japan Pro Wrestling released the attendance figures for the 2-day WrestleKingdom events, and Night 1 did 12,689 in attendance, while Night 2 did 7,801. ROH news, Marty Scurll and ROH finally have come to an agreement for his release from the promotion. What do you think about the future of Ring of Honor now that Marty Scurll is finally gone from there, Josh?
To be honest, I think it's just a way for them to move forward. They were not going to use them no matter what. They made that they make that very clear. So I think I think it's just a way to focus on everyone else that's currently there. And I was glad with the move. I mean, it took a long ass time for them to do it. They should have done it a long time ago, but I just think it's their way to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable why it took so long, because he wasn't just signed to like a wrestler's contract. He was signed as a booker. So they're a part of a big corporation with Sinclair Broadcasting. So that takes some time to kind of come to an agreement where it's mutually, they come to terms on a release, while we know it's not really all that mutual. ROH re-signed also this week Bandito, Mark Haskins, and Amy Rose. And Fightful Select reports that multiple talents under contract with Ring of Honor stated that the promotion has not extended any of their contracts despite all the months that they were out of action during the pandemic. Additionally, many sources claim ROH treated them exceptionally well through this time. Impact Wrestling note, Fightful Select reports that despite Ethan Page going up against his alter ego Karate Man at Hard to Kill next week, he has not re-signed with the promotion. And then our final wrestling news notes, Selena Della Renta will be executive producer for next week's MLW Fusion, and made Los Parks versus Von Erichs for the MLW tag team titles, with Tom Lawler as the special guest referee. In an interview with Fightful Select, MLW CEO Court Bauer confirmed that MLW is negotiating with a Tier 1 TV networks for a new show. Brian Hebner announced that he is leaving NWA, that is the referee and son of Earl Hebner, and congratulations to Nick Aldis, who reached 800 days as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion this past week. So our final segment, fellas, is Impact Wrestling Genesis. We are 1 week away from Impact Wrestling's big event, Hard to Kill, with Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers teaming up against the Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns. We're going to do full preview and predictions for that show next week. But this week, they have their last Impact Plus special before that big show, and it's a small card, but it's really all about the Super X Cup tournament. But they do have other matches on the card, kind of a dream match here, a ladies dream match, as a former WWE Women's Champion Jazz will go one-on-one with former Impact Knockouts Champion Jordynne Grace. These two ladies were a part of the Impact Tag Team title tournament as tag team partners. They were eliminated this week by Havoc and Nevaeh, and then respectively wanted to show that they have competition with each other, making this match on Genesis. So who do you think wins, Jazz versus Jordynne Grace? Let's start with you, Top Guy JJ.
I'm going to definitely go with Jordynne Grace on this one. It'd be kind of nice to see Jazz, though, but I'm definitely going to go with Jordynne Grace on this.
John, who do you got, Jazz or Jordynne Grace?
Jordynne Grace. It just makes sense. Jazz is not going to be here too much longer. I think she's retiring, isn't she?
Yeah, she held up her retirement to be a part of Impact for this short stint, so it makes sense. I'm going to also agree with you guys and go with Jordynne Grace. Josh, I don't know if we should even ask you, because you're a big Jordynne Grace fan, but what do you say?
I mean, it's Grace. I mean, it makes the most sense. I think this probably might be Jazz's send off from Impact, because I know she is doing a retirement tour. So I think it's just their way of, moving on from that.
Be nice, John. Be nice. I saw that. You're over there throwing shit at your cats. Be nice.
Hey, you gotta do it sometimes, I guess. But I Quit match is our next one. We got Moose going one-on-one with Willie Mack. These two men have been feuding for quite some time. Moose been trying to stake his claim as being the number one champion, as TNA World Heavyweight Champion in Impact Wrestling, over Rich Swann, and Willie Mack, being Rich Swann's best friend, has kind of got in the crossfire. But now they're going to have an I Quit match after Moose has beaten up up on Willie Mack so numerous couple of times. But who do you think wins here? Willie Mack versus Moose. Let's start with you, Josh.
Moose. That's an easy pick for me because, like, you know, we've just been using Willie Mack as the fall guy, so I'll give this one to Moose.
John, who you got?
I'm gonna go Moose too. I think Moose still has a story they're trying to tell with him. The overarching story. I mean, that kind of leads to maybe an Impact World Title shot, or at least it seemed like it before the crossover stuff started.
Yeah, I think that if anybody's going to be a victim of this crossover and Omega potentially becoming Thanos, it's Moose, because he seemed like he was going to be next in line for the shot. But well, you got Moose versus Willie Mack, top guy JJ.
Hey, at least Moose got the TNA championship. I mean, you know, at least he's a real TNA champion, you know, because that's the only belt he gonna see for a long, long time. So, yeah, I mean, Moose is gonna take this one, but yeah, victim of the circumstances, Moose is definitely the biggest victim.
Absolutely. And then you got the Super J Cup. We'll do predictions for the first round, and then I'll ask you guys who you think is going to win the tournament. So first up, there's going to be Ace Austin going one-on-one with Suicide, two former X Division champions in this one. I'm going to go with Ace Austin to beat Suicide. Who you got, John?
Probably going to go with, I was going to say Ace Austin too, but are they putting anything into Suicide lately?
Not really, but they don't seem to be putting too much into Ace Austin either. So this is an interesting matchup.
The match, a match of two people who are going nowhere. Nice.
So who you got?
I guess I'll go Suicide just because he probably shouldn't be using that name anymore.
Also, good point. Who you got, top guy JJ?
God, I never liked the Suicide shit to begin with, so I'm not picking fucking Suicide to win matches. I'm gonna go with Ace Austin.
Josh?
Ace Austin. I think he needs it more.
Absolutely.
I think generally people to defeat Suicide. Like,
Suicide just will never benefit from shit. Like, the fuck, nobody will ever care or take Suicide seriously ever in any capacity.
He's a video game character, so
exactly.
Daivari will go one-on-one with Cousin Jake. Davari's kind of been everywhere. He's been on MLW. He's been on Impact Wrestling. While Cousin Jake is just separated from his cousin Cody Deaner as he went and teamed up with Eric Young and Joe Doring. So who do you got in this one? Let's start with you, Josh.
Cousin Jake.
Who you got, John?
Cousin Jake.
Top guy JJ?
Cousin Jake at the barbecue? I mean, this is what we doing? Well, we all going with Cousin Jake? Okay.
I think it's unanimous. Cousin Jake for the win here. Crazy Steve.
I love that name, actually.
Yes, his indie name is Jake something, but I like Cousin Jake a little bit more. We got Crazy Steve, another former X Division champion, going one-on-one. Yes, going one-on-one with independent star Trey Lamar. Trey Lamar, I've seen him on Warrior Wrestling, which we've been a sponsor for. Very talented guy there, very young star, and potential there if they want to sign him in Impact Wrestling. But who do you got? Trey Lamar going one-on-one with Crazy Steve. Let's start with you, top guy JJ.
I'm going to go with Trey Lamar because I don't know why the fuck Crazy Steve is still involved in shit.
Well, that is fair. John?
Actually, for the same reason, I'm gonna go reverse and go Crazy Steve because he'll probably make it to the next round and then lose to somebody who can lose it.
That is true.
Just going in for namesake.
Josh?
I'll go with Trey Lamar.
I'm going to agree with you guys and go with Trey Lamar. I don't know. John is just going with try to be different. Super. And then the final first round matchup is another one that we're familiar with, Josh, from Battle Club Pro. Casey Navarro will go one-on-one with GCW's own Blake Christian, two independent stars that are making a stop here in Impact Wrestling in the Super X Cup. Who do you got, Josh?
I'll go with Navarro. I got to stick with my guy, so I'll go.
That is fair. Who you got, top guy JJ?
Ah man, I like the fact that you sticking to home team, man. But I'm gonna go with Blake Christian.
Yeah.
Who you got, John?
I'm not familiar with either of these guys other than by name, so I'm gonna go with Casey Navarro because I like that name better.
That is a fair reason.
One thing you get on Tru Heel Heat is the motherfucking truth. We're just picking names because it sounds better.
That is a fair assessment. I'm gonna go with Blake Christian. I've seen a lot of good things from him. He was in New Japan Pro Wrestling Super J Cup as well, so I think he's gonna do well in this tournament. So we got different picks all around, but who do you have finally winning this Super X Cup tournament? Let's start with you, John.
Oh man, I feel like Ace Austin kind of came in with a little buzz and then died off. If anybody could use it, it'd be him. But
even though you picked Suicide,
even though I picked Suicide to win Ace Austin, yes,
yeah, that's some shit that I would do. Is to pick someone that you didn't even pick to advance in the tournament to win the whole thing.
He's probably gonna win.
Great logic there. JJ.
Man, you know what? Let's go dark horse in here. I'm gonna go with Trey Lamar.
I like it. Josh?
I'm going with Ace Austin. It's kind of the same reasons where John went. You know, like he was getting there to that peak, and then after that title match, he just fell. You know, he fell off. Even though it's not really his fault, it's just the way they've been booking him. And I think that if anybody needs it, it's him, because he was really getting to that point. He even almost became the the Impact champion. So he's the one I think that needs it more than anybody right now.
Yeah, I think Impact has gotten attention a lot over the last couple of months, first with all the WWE releases that came back to them, and now with this whole AEW Impact Wrestling partnership. But with all those stars that came back into Impact Wrestling, it kind of hurt the push for Ace Austin, because he kind of looked like he was going to be in position to be the next world champion, but he kind of had to take some steps back. But I think this is a nice way to kind of give him a jolt of momentum. So I got Ace Austin winning here. So that is all for this edition of Tru Heel Heat. Check out our lineup on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel. We got our New Japan Pro Wrestling WrestleKingdom 15 Days 1 and 2 roundtable reviews for a full review, full coverage, and star ratings. And yes, we do break the Meltzer scale on these roundtables, so check it out for those two phenomenal shows for New Japan Pro Wrestling with myself, Jay News, and Stat King. Speaking of Stat King, the latest Dark Power, Wednesday Night Warriors, Blunt Impact, Review of Honor, and Richie's Raw Recap are up on the channel right now. And check out a brand new Dark Power, Wednesday Night Warriors, Review of Honor, Blunt Impact, Jay News Japan for New Year's Dash, and the return of All Elite Recap with myself as special guests with Marcus Cash and Jimmy Macaram for New Year's Smash Night 1 review. That will be up this weekend and next week. And you can check out my last two appearances on Wrestling Daily on the Wrestle2 YouTube channel from this past week, breaking down the latest news with Louis Dan Gore. Josh, thank you for being on the show. Tell the people where they can find you on social media.
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter at jmpunk321.
Awesome. Thank you as always. The True Draw. I know this will probably be one of our top viewed podcasts of 2021. You're starting off the year hot. And John, tell the people where they can find you on social media, as well as all the great work you're doing on your podcast, Dirt Sheet Radio.
You can find Dirt Sheet Radio anywhere podcasts are found. Every Tuesday morning, new episodes come out. You can find me on social media at Jonathan Escudero on Facebook, or the_baked_nerd on Instagram.
Always a great time and always great picks. I love you picking Suicide, but picking the guy that he's going to beat in the first round to win the Super X Cup. Great stuff. And this guy is hilarious. So definitely check out Dirt Sheet Radio for all the great wrestling news and topics that he talks about over there. And of course, Top Guy JJ, where can they find you on social media?
Oh, on Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_Top Guy JJ. At Facebook, I'm Justin Johnson. But goddamn, come on, dude! Like, how you gonna pick someone to win the tournament that you didn't even pick to win its first match?
Listen,
you should be disqualified from allowing to pick him. Like, your whole pick should just get X'd out.
To be fair, we did talk about Goldberg and we talked about his promo not making sense. So that made more sense to that promo at least.
So he's getting the Goldberg pass.
I bashed my
getting the Goldberg pass
before I picked suicide.
You picking all these people that you don't even know.
Absolutely.
I told you, KC. Is it abbreviated? KC?
No, it's just K and C.
Yeah, that's great. That's perfect.
Logic. I love the logic. You can follow me on Instagram at Tru Heel _Epic SP3. You can follow Tru Heel Heat on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Follow our good friends over at Battle Club Pro, Warrior Wrestling, and Mission Pro Wrestling. Special announcement that we got to add in here at the end that we are now going to be once again returning as sponsors for Mission Pro Wrestling Wishes Granted. And that's going to be featuring Thunder Rosa going one-on-one with Allison Kay inside of a steel cage on February 6th. So definitely check that out. We'll talk about that more on Tru Heel Heat 107. Of course, follow our friends at Wrestling Travel as well, and they're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and YouTube channels you should check out: Battle Club Pro, My Battery is Dying with Marcus Cash, Jimmy Macaram, Wrestling Travel, and of course my good friends over at Wrestle Talk on the Wrestle 2 YouTube channel. You can listen to Tru Heel Heat on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to your favorite audio podcast. And of course, Tru Heel Heat is also available on Powered 4 TV. So until Tru Heel Heat 108, where we are going to preview Hard to Kill and be back with Miss Chrissy Love for our special guest, the Tru Heel Josh, for the Master of Ceremonies on Dirt Sheet Radio, John Escudero, for the resident Tru Heel alcoholic, Top Guy JJ. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. This has been Tru Heel Heat 107. We are signing off until next time.